Ina the Mood Reader, and welcome to another video. It's been a while and I'm so happy that I'm finally able to film a video, and this time it's one of my favorites and it's going to be a book of the month book haul, and I also have a few books from Book Outlet as well. But before we start, I just want to say check out this shirt. I bought this shirt, I think, during one of those Shopee sales, and it's Bookish State of Mind from Where Your Books PH. I actually bought 4 shirts from them when they had the promo, so do check their Instagram and their Shopee account. By the way, I bought this with my own money. I just appreciate the business, and I think Filipino bookworms would love wearing their pieces. So yeah, anyway, let's start. So the first book I'm going to share with you is actually quite disappointing. This one is The Lost Apothecary. I am not disappointed with the book. I'm disappointed on the copy. As you can see, it has a tear on the cover, a very huge one, and this was actually a pasabay of a friend, but I didn't want them to have something that's broken, so I decided to just keep it for myself, and I bought them another one. I'll probably just put some tape on this. Yeah, I don't know a lot about The Lost Apothecary. I think it's a fantasy with some historical fiction elements. According to this part here, a forgotten history, a secret network of women, a legacy of poison and revenge. Welcome to The Lost Apothecary. So I think it has some fantasy elements, but most probably it doesn't really like fully revolve around fantasy. It wasn't one of my choices last March 2021, but I think destiny made its way, its reasons to make me read this copy. So yeah, even though it's injured, I know what matters is what's inside anyway, so I'm still keeping this one. I'll probably put it here. Okay, and now let's talk about the July picks, if I'm not mistaken. So these are the books that I got from the July box. I actually got 3 main picks, and I sent another to a friend, and I bought another copy in August anyway. But yeah, I have 2 main picks here to share with you, and the first one is 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard. This is a thriller and one of the main picks for July. I know this was a hit or miss for some people because this one is set in the pandemic, which honestly haven't still escaped from, which is still very much rampant all over the world, especially here in the Philippines. And this one's a thriller set about 2 people quarantining together. So it says here, no one even knew they were together. No one of them is dead. So I'm just gonna share a little bit of the blurb. It says that Ciara and Oliver meet in a supermarket queue in Dublin, started dating the same week COVID-19 reaches Irish shores, and when the lockdown threatens to keep them apart, Oliver suggests they move in together. They see this as a unique opportunity for a relationship to flourish without the scrutiny of family and friends. But Oliver, the guy, sees this as a chance to hide who and what he really is. So today, detectives arrive at Oliver's apartment to discover the decomposing body inside. Can they determine what really happened, or has lockdown created an opportunity for someone to commit the perfect crime? So this is actually surprisingly short than what I was expecting, so I'm sure this is going to be a quick read. This is what it looks like on the inside, and yeah, I'm very excited. I'm probably reading this, if not this month, then the next. Okay, the other pick was just an instinct buy. I wasn't really sure what to pick out in July, and then yesterday I was watching Gabby Reed's video, and she mentioned that this is one of the best books she has ever read in a while, and it's Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. She actually, I think, teared up a bit towards the end of this book, and she fell in love as well with the two main characters of this. So what is Razor Blade Tears about? Oops, I have my botm bookmark. It says here, a black father, a white father, two dead sons, a quest for revenge and redemption. So this one would revolve around the parents of two guys who are adults already. They are a gay couple. Aside from being gay, they are also interracial. And at this point, the story revolves around the death. Both Isaiah and Derek, their children, all wounded up dead. And Buddy and Ike, our main characters, would are both ex-cons, and they have little in common except for their criminal past and their love for their sons. And what they have both is this desperate desire for revenge. So here they want to know what happened really to their sons and to take revenge as well. But according to Gabby, there are a lot of themes touched here, specifically about LGBT and LGBT families as well as race. So this is going to be an interesting read. She mentioned that it was very fast-paced. Originally, I planned to give this up and gift it to someone else, but I probably would do a read first because the story sounds really interesting anyway. So yeah, that's Razor Blade Tears. And then of course, one of like people's most anticipated reads of the year is a Book of the Month add-on, and it's Survive the Night by Riley Sager. I have already, this is going to be my 5th Riley Sager book. However, I still have to read them all. I just bought them all because they are very hyped up and very recommended in terms of like the thriller / horror genre, and I wanted to see. So I'm planning to do a Riley Sager readathon, most probably near Halloween for the spooky vibes and all that. And this one would be a part of that reading vlog, weekend reading plans, I guess, holiday reading plans. Oops. Oh, so my copy is bent. That's okay. But it says here, it's November 1991. Nirvana's in the tape deck. George H.W. Bush is in the White House, and movie-obsessed college student Charlie Jordan is in a car with a man who might be a serial killer. So yeah, I honestly want to enter this book with as little to know about it as possible. So I guess that's going to be it. Basing on the cover, it looks like they are on a car ride going to somewhere, and I guess the mission, like the title, is to survive the night. Okay, let's go to the add-ons. So I did have 3 add-ons for this month. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. The first one is a courtroom thriller, I guess. The cover has a different texture. And this one was April 2019 pick. It's Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. This has always interested me because it's a courtroom thriller, and I know people have the tendency to not like thrillers revolving or mysteries revolving detectives and all that, but I kind of like procedurals, even in watching them in series. So I guess I'm going to like this one. And this one also, I think, has Asian representation. So it says here, this is a literary courtroom thriller about an immigrant family and a young single mother accused of killing her autistic son. Miracle Creek is a powerhouse debut about how far we will go to protect our families and our deepest secrets. So I think they are Korean here in this story. And again, I don't want to know a lot about the book except for that one sentence. But I'm really, really excited to read this one. I remember when this first came out, I saw it a lot on my Goodreads feed. So I'm hoping to experience the same happiness, excitement, I guess, and satisfaction that people who were able to read this book had. Okay, Now we're down to our last two books, and I actually got two books from the same author, Simone St. James. I'm not sure if these books are classified as thrillers or horrors, but for this one, first, The Sounddown Motel, this was a January 2020 pick. So according to the blurb here at the flap, something hasn't been right at the roadside Sounddown Motel for a very long time, and Carly Kirk is about to find out why in this chilling new novel from the best-selling and award-winning author of The Broken Girls. So we have two alternate settings here, 1982 and 2017. So I guess this has horror vibes. So yeah, very, very excited because people have been raving about the writing style of this author and how it satisfied their tastes. So I'm sure this is going to be an amazing read. And just to like jump in on the experience, I also decided to read Broken Girls, The Broken Girls by Simone St. James, the same author. And this one also has an alternating time period. This time we're in Vermont in 1950 and 2014. So I think she has this pattern or love for a plot where there are alternating time zones, time years. I don't know. I'm sure you get my point. And maybe spooky environments, because this time we have Idlewild Hall. It's a place for troublemakers, illegitimate daughters who are too smart for their own good. It's a boarding school that's haunted. And here we have four roommates bonding over their whispered fears. Their budding friendship blossoming until one of them mysteriously disappears. And then fast forward to 2014, we have a journalist, Fiona Sheridan, who wants to revisit the events around her elder sister's death. 20 years ago, her sister's body was found in the overgrown fields near the ruins of Idlewild Hall. Her sister's boyfriend was tried and convicted for this murder, but Fiona thinks that something's not right about the case. So she decides to write a story about it and unearth the secrets revolving Idlewild Hall and I guess the other girls who was in that place. So again, another spooky read. So I guess they're kind of scary, spooky thrillers. So again, my type of books recently. So hopefully this will satisfy. And then now I have 5 other book of the month books, but this time we get pre-loved ones. I was browsing in Shopee and I was looking for random books to buy because there was a sale, and then I found this shop who was letting go, I guess, of their book of the month copy. So these are pre-loved and old, and when they came in, I actually smelled them, and they kind of smelled like they were moist or they were wet at some point and just dried up. They smelled really, really old, but if you look at the copies are actually still almost new, almost like they were never read at all. But anyway, let me just share with you the books. Honestly, not all of these books fit my usual genre, but I just decided to take them in to add to my growing book of the month collection. I might fall in love with the books as well, and it's also nice to have some books to pick up if ever I do have the craving to read something other than romance and thrillers. But I think some of them are, I think in a way these books would still fit my taste. I don't know. Anyway, the first pick is from May 2018, and this is How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. As you can see, it's still fairly new, and I got these books, by the way, I think for around 300 to 400 pesos each, which is a steal. Okay. So this book revolves around Margaret Jacobson about to step into the bright future she worked so hard and so long for. Then suddenly, on what could be the happiest days of her life, everything she works for is taken away from her. According to here, sometimes the last thing you want is the one thing you need. Sometimes we all need someone to catch us when we fall, and sometimes love can find us in the least likely place we could ever expect. So I guess this is a romance after all. How to Walk Away is Catherine Center at her very best, a masterpiece of a novel that is both hopeful and hilarious, truthful and wise, tender and brave. So feels like this is going to be a fun read for me. The next book I got, I think, is a thriller. And I wasn't expecting this to be this thin again. This one is an April 2018 pick. It's Our Kind of Cruelty by Araminta Hall. And here we have a blurb from Gillian Flynn. I loved it, right down to the utterly chilling final line. So here, as you can see, the first line is, this is a love story, and then it was crossed out. So here it says, spellbinding and seductive, Our Kind of Cruelty is a darkly twisted love story, one that draws razor-sharp lines between love and obsession, between truth and perception, and dares you to pick a side. So it's about Mike Hayes and Verity. Okay, another Verity. So here it is. And then the next book I got, I think, is a historical fic based on the cover. It's The Summer Wives by Beatrice Williams. So this one was a July 2018 pick, and it says here, a ravishing post-war fable of love, class, power, and redemption set among the inhabitants of an exclusive island off the New England coast. So it was set in 1951 and fast forward to 1969. It's a thick one, so I don't know what to expect with this, but hopefully it's going to be an adventure. And then the next read is a January 2018 pick. It's The Music Shop by Rachel Joyce. So of course, I'm very, very excited to pick this one up just because of the word music there. And what is this about? Okay, so it's also quite historical, I guess, already. It's an historical fiction as it is set in 1988. So it says here, on a dead-end street in a run-down suburb, there is a music shop that stands small and brightly lit, jam-packed with records of every kind. Like a beacon, the shop attracts the lonely, the sleepless, and the adrift. Then one day, into the shop comes a beautiful young woman who asks the owner to teach her about music. So the question is, can a man who is so in tune with other people's needs be so incapable of connecting with the one person who might save him? The journey that these two quirky, wonderful characters make in order to overcome their emotional baggage speaks to the healing power of music and love in this poignant, ultimately joyful work of fiction. And then my last book of the month shop purchase is, I don't know what year it is. It just says here, Books We Love, and it's The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood. The reason why I decided to pick this up because I've been obsessed lately over The Handmaid's Tale, the series, not the book. I haven't read it yet, but I've been recently subscribed to HBO Go, so I've been trying to make the most of the subscription, watching everything that I can, and right now I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale. I think I'm on the 3rd season, and it's very emotional and heart-wrenching. It's one of those series that really made my heart pump, and I couldn't look away from the screen, and it really bothered me a lot that I kind of dream about the scenes as well. But I think that's what's good about it, because it disturbs you in a way. So I've decided to also try and attempt someday to read this chunky book, The Blind Assassin. I don't know anything about it. Also as a book of the month bookmark. And it says here, in The Blind Assassin, Margaret Atwood weaves together strands of gothic suspense, romance, and science fiction into one utterly spellbinding narrative. The novel begins with the mysterious death, a possible suicide of a young woman named Laura Chase in 1945. Decades later, Laura's sister Iris recounts her memories of their childhood and the dramatic deaths that have punctuated their wealthy, eccentric family history. So these are stories within stories in the Chase family, coming together in a brilliant and astonishing final twist. So those are the book of the month books. I also bought 2 new books from Book Outlet. I remember recently showing to you guys that I bought the Bromance Book Club. I also bought Undercover Bromance and Crazy Stupid Bromance just cause they are cute, and Bea from Confessions of a Midnight Bookaholic, one of the people I trust the most in romance, told me that I'm going to love the series, so really hoping that I would. So yeah, I know there's a 4th book out there somewhere, and if I stumble upon it on Book of the Month, then I'll definitely get it. So look at them together, they're also cute. So there. And then while I was also shopping in Book of the Month, in Book Outlet, I stumbled upon this. So this is the box set of I don't know, is it called Stalking the Jack Ripper series? I haven't really looked into each of the books. It is the first time, so let's see. Okay. Ouch. Okay, so first we have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This is what it looks like at the back. It says, he murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all these horrors, in the end I couldn't deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. Ooh, okay. I don't want to dive in much into the book, but I just want to see the covers. So this is the cover. This is the second one. They're actually fairly new, and the remainder marks are very small as well. So here we have Haunting Prince Dracula, and this one says here at the back, a man impaled by a sharp wooden stake, a young chambermaid drained of all her blood. They say it's Prince Dracula, arisen from the dead. I say it's the living, not the dead, we should fear the most. Ooh. And then next we have Escaping from Houdini by, of course, again, Carrie Maniscalco. And it says here, it was both glorious and terrifying, holding someone's life in my hands, sure and steady with my scalpel. I had the power to end it with a swift flick of the blade, the power to end him. Beware of midnight bargains. If you're not careful, your life, your very soul, you might lose your life, your very soul, to this magical traveling show. Okay. And then finally, finally we have here Capturing the Devil by, of course, again, Carrie Maniscalco. And it says, he once said the devil was within him and stayed all his wicked life. No one knows how many lives he's taken, but I'm certain one of her stories would end in hell. So this is book 4. And then in the box set, we also get this, which I guess is a fan art of all of the characters. Well, I don't know yet. I'll appreciate this soon someday. And this is at the back. Roses have both petals and thorns. My dark flower showed the world your bravery. There. And that's it for my recent haul. Everything sounds amazing. They all sound like awesome books, and I wish I do have the time to read all of them, but then again, we're adults with lots of responsibilities. Which of these books do you think I should read next? I'm very leaning towards 56 Days as a priority, and Razorblade Tears as well. So I'd love to know what you guys think, and if you have recent book hauls, please let me know what you splurged on. Were you a victim of the Boodle, this 99 sale? Share your thoughts in the comments. Okay. And of course, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video, and may you always be in the mood for reading. Bye!